Hi everyone. In the CPZ Microbiology Important MCQs, we are going to discuss series 2 in this video. So this video also contains 25 important questions with answers. Let's begin. Which of the following is true? Options are A. IgM fixes complement. IgG does not cross placenta. IgA binds mast cells. IgE binds phagocytes. So if you observe here, they're asking which of the following is the true statement regarding the four given options. So coming to the first one, IgM, that is immunoglobulin M, fixes complement. No, the immunoglobulin M is not going to fixes the complement. So it is wrong. Then immunoglobulin G does not cross placenta. No, that's the only immunoglobulin that is going to cross the placenta. So that is also wrong option. Option C, IgA immunoglobulin A binds mast cells. So the immunoglobulin A does not bind through the mast cells. Then coming to the fourth option, IgE binds phagocytes. So this is going to be the right answer. That means in the following statements, the last one, that is IgE binds through the phagocytes, is the true statement. So this IgE is going to bind to the epitopes on the element or arthropod portions of the antibodies, while this Fc portion binds to the receptors on the eosinophils, enabling the opsonization process. That means the IgE is going to stick phagocytic eosinophils to helminths and the arthropods for the extracellular killing of that organism. Okay, then moving to the second question. A mechanism that can cause a gene to move from one linkage group to another is. Options are A. Translocation, B. Inversion, C. Crossing over, D. Duplication. So here, a mechanism that can cause a gene to move from one linkage group to another is going to be called as translocation. Whereas the inversion means in the same thing, the chromatids are going to be change from one. Crossing over, obviously you know. Then duplication, the same thing is going to be copied. So the mechanism that can cause a gene to move from one linkage group to another is called as translocation, and it results in unusual rearrangement of chromosomes and genes associated with the translocated part of the chromosome. Option 3, streptolysin O is the inactivated by. The question number 3, streptolysin O is going to be inactivated by. Options are carbon dioxide, B. Nitrogen, C. Oxygen, D. Serum. So obviously the streptolysin O is going to be inactivated by the oxidation method. So here oxidation is going to be considering to the oxygen. So this is the one which is going to inactivate the streptolysin O. Then fourth question, which of the following is an example of RNA virus? Options are SV40, T4 phase, tobacco mosaic virus, adenovirus. So out of the four types of the viruses given, they are asking which one is the RNA virus. SV40, T4 phase and the adenoviruses are going to come under the DNA virus. So the only one left is the tobacco mosaic virus is the right answer. Then fifth question, the immunoglobulin which is produced first by the fetus in response to infection. So options are A. Immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin D, immunoglobulin M. So whether it is a fetus or the adult one, so the first immunoglobulin that is going to respond to the infection is obviously IgM. So here you can see. So is the first immunoglobulin developed during human fetal development at 20 weeks. Unlike IgG, antibody provides a passive immunity to the fetus which is going to cross through the placenta of the mother. And this IgM antibody is restricted from crossing the placenta due to its size, and it is going to be considered as the first antibody to respond during the infection. Sixth question, rosette formation with sheep RBC cells, that is red blood corpuscles, indicate the functioning of. Options are A. T cells, B. B cells, C. neutrophils, D. monocytes. So obviously the answer is the T cells. Seventh one, primary immune response is mediated by. Options are A. IgA, IgD, IgG, IgM. So I told you already, the primary immune response is mediated by the IgM immunoglobulin. So here both the thymus dependent and thymus independent antibodies are going to be involved in the primary immune response. Only the thymus dependent antibodies are going to be involved in the secondary. So that means the thymus dependent is not going to be, that means the antibodies that are going to be dependent on the thymus are not going to be involved in the secondary. So here a large amount of IgM and a small amount of IgG are produced during the primary immune response. 8th question. Monoclonal antibodies are used in. Options are A. Immunotherapy, B. Immunological identification of cells and tissues, C. Radioimmunoimaging, and D. All of the above. So obviously monoclonal antibodies are going to be used in all the options that were given. So the right option is all of the above. 9th question. The function of an adjuvant in a vaccine is. Options are A. Distribution, B. Absorption, C. Antigenicity, D. Metabolism. So obviously here the function of an adjuvant in a vaccine is going to be the antigenicity. 10th question. F plus cells possess. Options are A. F. pili, B. S. pili, C. O. pili, D. All of the above. So here the answer is F. pili. So it's a plasmid concerned pili which were involved in the sexual, not sexual, it's a conjugation one which is transfers the genetic information from one bacteria to the other. 11th. Alex gel precipitation test is for. That means for detection of which disease? Options are A. Gonococcus, B. Diphtheria, C. Haemophilus, D. Anthrax. So obviously here the answer is the diphtheria, which is caused by a bacteria called Corynebacterium diphtheria. Alex test or the Alex plate test is an in vitro test of virulence performed on species of Corynebacterium diphtheria that causes the diphtheria. And this test is mainly used to detect the toxicity of this bacteria, that is Clostridium diphtheria. And this Alex test precipitation is a type of immunodiffusion test. 12th. Dating motility is shown by which of the following bacteria? Options are A. Proteus, B. Serratia, C. Vibrio, D. E. coli. So obviously the dating motility is going to be seen by the Vibrio cholerae. So the other bacteria that you can see the dating motility is going to be Campylobacter, and we can see the other type of motility like swarming motility can be seen in the Proteus species and Clostridium tetani, and tumbling motility is going to be seen in the Listeria. The darting motility is also going to be called as shooting star motility. Okay. Then 13th question, Haemophilus needs. Options are A. X factor, B. V factor, C. X and V factor, D. None of the above. So here the option is going to be the X and V factor. So this X and V factor is going to be the hemine and NAD plus factors which are essential for the growth of Haemophilus influenza. So it requires both the factors, factor X and factor V, or factor 10 and factor 5. Then 14th question, poly A tail is frequently found in. Options are A. Histone in RNA, bacterial RNA, eukaryotic RNA, tRNA. So poly A tail is going to be present in the translation process, so where it is going to attach to the mRNA, so that is going to be found in eukaryotic RNA. 15th question, which of the following is true about the VDRL test? Options are it is a non-specific, option B slight flocculation test, best followed for drug therapy, D all of the above. So here you can see this VDRL test is a non-specific test and it is a kind of flocculation test, and this is going to be used for giving the treatment. So obviously the correct answer is all of the above. Then coming to the 16th one, the primary site of multiplication of rickettsial organism is in the. Options are A. Parenchymal cells of the liver. B. Endothelial cells of the small vessels. C. Media of arteries. D. Adventitia of all blood cells. So here this is rickettsial organism multiplication is going to be seen in the endothelial cells of the small vessels. 17th, heterophile antibodies are found in. Options are A. Epidemic typhus. B. Infectious mononucleosis. C. And what we call is as endemic typhus. D. Rickettsial pox. So we are going to see the heterophile antibodies that are nothing but IgM antibodies in infectious mononucleosis infection. So that's what I said you, the heterophilic antibodies or IgM antibodies with affinity for sheep and horse red blood cells, and they appear during the first week of infectious mononucleosis symptoms, and after 3 to 4 weeks after infection they return to the undetectable levels and 3 to 6 months after infection. 18th, which of the following virus undergoes antigenic shift? So you have to learn about the antigenic shift and drift differences, all these things, which is very important. So here comes, they are asking the following virus undergoes antigenic shift: influenza B, influenza A, para-influenza, Haemophilus influenza. So here the answer is going to be the influenza A. So the type A, that is influenza type A virus, undergoes both antigenic drift and the shift. And if you observe, the only influenza viruses known to cause pandemics, while influenza type B virus changes by the more gradual process of antigenic drift. That means influenza B is going to change through the drift. Then what is a drift and shift? Antigenic shift is the process by which two or more different strains of virus or the strains of two or more different viruses combine to form a new subtype having a mixture of surface antigens is going to be called as antigenic shift. Whereas the antigenic drift is going to be of some sort of mistakes or mutations occurring during replication in the genes encoded antigens that produce alterations in the way they appear to the immune system. So that is going to be called as a drift. So the shift is going to have the more powerful because it is a combination of two strains of virus or two strains of two different viruses, which is going to be more powerful. So then coming to the 19th, at what age does the thymus reach its maximal size? Options are A, during the first year of life, B, teenage years, that is puberty, then C, between 40 and 50 years of age, D, after 70 years of age. So here comes the answer is it's going to reach the maximal size at puberty, and from there it is going to start off involuting. 20th, the following are caused by defect in the mitochondrial DNA. Options are Lee disease, then Klinefelter syndrome, C, myotonic dystrophy, and D, Leber congenital amaurosis. So here they are asking the mitochondrial DNA defect is going to cause which type of the disease. So obviously the answer is going to be the Lee disease. So here this Lee disease or Lee syndrome is going to also be called as subacute necrotizing encephalomyopathy, which is an inherited neurometabolic disorder that affects the central nervous system. And this Lee disease is going to be named after Archibald Dennis Lake, a British neuropsychiatrist who first described the condition in 1951. So generally the normal levels of thymine or thymine monophosphate and thymine diphosphate are commonly found, but there is a reduced or absent level of thymine triphosphate. Then coming to the Klinefelter syndrome is a type of syndrome because of an additional X chromosome. So this is a wrong answer. Then myotonic dystrophy is also a type of autosomal dominant disorder that is because of the trinucleotide repeated disorder. So this is not related to the mitochondria. Then coming to the last one, Leber congenital amaurosis is caused by the mutations in CRX and IMPDH genes. So this is also wrong answer. So what is the right answer for this one? Lee disease. 21. The glycoprotein spikes on orthomyxoviruses are composed by. Options are A, heme agglutinin, or neuraminidase? B. Streptokinase and hyaluronic acid. C. M proteins. D. Cod factor. So here the right answer is obviously hemagglutinin or neuraminidase spikes. 22. Compared to the upper respiratory system, the lower respiratory system. Option A provides an environment conducive to the growth of organisms, is normally devoid of microorganisms. C provides an ideal environment for diphtheroids. D is several degrees cooler. So obviously the right answer is normally devoid of microorganisms. 23. The major cause of bacterial pharyngitis is. Options are A. Streptococci. A, that is group A Streptococci. B, group B Streptococcus. C, Mycobacterium. D, Bordetella. So bacterial pharyngitis is a result of group A Streptococci. 24. What pathogen fungus is found in the droppings of bats, chickens and blackbirds? Options are A. Histoplasma capsulatum. B. Blastomyces dermatitis. C. Coccidioides imititis. D. Para-influenza virus. So here the right option is Histoplasma capsulatum. So this Histoplasma capsulatum is the right answer for this one. Next, 25th. Which term is associated with tuberculosis? Refers to classified nodules in the lungs. Options are A. Tubercles. B. Caseous necrosis. C. Tuberculous cavities. D. Corn complexes. So we had a specific name for the classified nodules in the lungs, that is nothing but the Ghon complex. It is a direct question. So that's all about this series 2. In the series 3, we will go with a few more 25 questions in the next series. Thank you.